So, we're really doing this, huh? Alright, all you guys wanted one big video of me talking about the Luigi's Mansion movie rumors and discussions going on right now. And, okay, so here you go. This video is going to have multiple different topics on the subject, so I'm going to try my best and leave timestamps, in this video so that if there's a particular topic that you're interested in, or if you watch some of this today and some of this another day, that you can just resume the video wherever you stop, or, watch one topic and then come back later for another topic, however you want to digest this video, because it's going to be a long one, so strap on in, sit down, get yourself a cup of coffee, get yourself a snack. It's gonna be a doozy. So we're gonna be talking about the Luigi's Mansion movie today. Like I said, there's been a bunch of talkings about this recently. I actually did do a video about a year ago on this topic, because it was kind of, the rumblings were happening then too. I mean, by the rumblings, I mean Charlie Day was just saying that he would love to do a Luigi's Mansion movie. Today, we have a little bit more than that, and I think it would just be an interesting thing to discuss. So, if you guys enjoy this video, definitely like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff down below. I would truly appreciate to hear what you all have to say on the matter. It would be a really cool discussion to have. And, yeah, so let's just jump right on into it with what exactly has brought up this discussion of a Luigi's Mansion movie. Well, again, just like last year, Charlie Day has also, again, expressed his interest to be a part of a Luigi's Mansion movie. He wants his own title role in a, Mario Brothers movie spin-off, which obviously would be Luigi's Mansion. He's expressed interest many different times about wanting to do it, which is really, really cool because of the fact that Charlie Day really does seem to be, accepting his role as, or not accepting his role, but loving his role as Luigi. And it's, I don't know, it's just really, really cool to see him loving that. But the thing that's really sparking the conversation is something that Chris Pratt has said in an interview with, I forget the name of the publication, but basically he had mentioned a post-credits, scene that's going to be happening in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, but threw in Luigi's Mansion there, and said that there's been talks about Luigi's Mansion, and, it's a possibility for a movie sequel. Now, I don't know if that's, like, the thing is with this, interview, which is a little hard to digest, or not hard to digest, but hard to really pinpoint, is if Chris Pratt is saying that internally within Illumination and Nintendo there is actually talks of a Luigi's Mansion movie, or if he's just saying, which is completely possible, if in the cast they want to do a Luigi's Mansion movie, which would be really, really interesting if that was a cast discussion, simply because of the fact that, this is the point I'm going to mention later, most of the main cast that we have in the Super Mario Bros. Movie most likely wouldn't return for a Luigi's Mansion movie. That's a point I'm going to get into later, but I do think it'd be weird. This is something I could definitely see Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, and maybe Keegan-Michael Key talking about, but the rest of them, like Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, those people I don't really see, or, Seth Rogen, I don't see them being a part of the movie. But again, we'll get into that later. So those are the main rumblings that we have going around right now. So it's not that much more than we had last year, but the discussion and just the way that Chris Pratt worded it, saying Luigi's Mansion is in the talks, it's really ruffling some feathers, at least from what I've seen. And of course, as a big Luigi's Mansion fan, as you all know, it's definitely getting me a little excited. Should I be super excited? Should I be cautiously optimistic? I don't know. But I mean, Luigi's Mansion movie, come on, of course I'm going to be excited. But I will also point out that in this interview, he did mention that Luigi's Mansion, he mentioned particularly the GameCube one. And I think that is going to be an important piece of conversation around this, if this Mario movie, or sorry, if this Luigi's Mansion movie is going to happen, because of the fact that, like, what would they base it off of? Would they base it off of the first game, the second game, the third game, none of the games, just have it be its own unique thing? What would they do? And that's a conversation that maybe I guess I'll get into now. Or no, that's going to be later. Sorry, this video is very off the cuff, so hopefully you don't mind it. Let's quickly dive into now that we've talked about why these rumors are stirring up, why all this conversation is stirring up. Let's get into the possibilities of it. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? What's the likelihood? There are two different avenues I'm thinking with this. The first avenue is, if this movie is successful, maybe they'll just want to do a follow-up movie because Super Mario Brothers is an iconic title. It's a name that everybody knows, like, it's easy money. You know, Nintendo could just make a sequel, done, money, money, money. But there is also the possibility of spin-offs. Every movie has a spin-off, right? Shrek got Puss in Boots. Like the Despicable Me now their movies have like the Minion movies now, like you know, if there's a popular character or if the movie's just popular in general, it will most likely get a spin-off of some kind. And I feel like with how the Super Mario Brothers movie seems to be, from what we've seen from trailers and all the previews we've gotten, a Luigi's Mansion movie is pretty darn likely, in my personal opinion. Mostly because of the fact that, again, this is based on previews, and you know, I have not seen the movie, obviously, by the time of recording, not seen the movie. We know that, like, Luigi's role in the Mario movie is pretty minimal. We know that he gets captured by Bowser when he gets sucked into the warp pipe with Mario, and Mario has to save his brother. And, you know, given that we know that, alright, Luigi is going to kind of be in the background. We'll probably get some scenes of Luigi in the prison, you know, obviously when he gets interrogated by Bowser. Like, we'll see scenes like that, but we're not going to see Luigi to an extended extent. You know, maybe at the end we'll see, like, a nice little scene, and he'll probably be in the post-credit scene, but he's not going to be the main focus. You're not going to see a lot of Luigi. At least that's what I'm taking away from this. So, what better way to actually have us see more of Luigi and get a better grasp on his character for a potential Mario Brothers movie sequel than for him to have his own Luigi's Mansion movie spin-off, so you get to see more of him, so that if there was a sequel Mario movie, you didn't have to spend that much time developing Luigi, right? I mean, that's what makes sense to me, at least. You know, give Luigi his time in the spotlight so that you can develop his character, give him more personality traits, you know, obviously show off his fears of ghosts and things like that, because I haven't even seen a single Boo in the Mario movie trailers at all. I have not seen a singular Boo or ghost of any kind, just dry bones. So I do think there is some credence of a Luigi's Mansion movie could definitely happen. Maybe they're saving the Boos for that reason. And that goes into my next point, which I mentioned earlier on why I think it's likely. So, basically, like I mentioned earlier with the cast, you would not need all of the cast, right? Because, let's be real, a lot of the cast here, particularly Chris Pratt, Seth Rogen, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, they're all pretty highly requested, highly regarded actors. They're pretty dang busy. I feel like someone like Charlie Day, while he is definitely popular, he is someone that you could definitely book, you know, easier than those other four. And same with Keegan-Michael Key. And I think that those two actors in particular, sorry, it's 2 a.m. right now. Those two actors would be the main actors in this movie because it's Luigi's Mansion, right? You don't see Bowser in Luigi's Mansion. Well, I mean, you do in the first game, but that's trivial. You don't see Peach, except for the third game. You don't see Donkey Kong at all, so like, you don't need all of the cast. You don't. So it'd be much easier to do this as a, you know, side film. Obviously, you'd have to get new voice actors for Professor Egad and King Boo and even the ghosts. Get into that in a little bit. But like, you know, you can get other high grade actors for that if you want. You know, you can have King Boo, like, you know, I don't know who they can cast for that. Maybe I'll do a whole other video talking about that, because I did not plan for that in this video. But, you know, it's like they have some wiggle room if they're not able to get all the actors for a Mario Brothers movie sequel right away. They could do a Luigi's Mansion movie. Something like that. So, now that we've talked about the likeliness and what's going on, I realize this video is only 10 minutes long, so it's not going to be as long as I thought it was. So, I guess, hopefully you're enjoying it. let's talk about now what I would want for a Super Mario Brothers, or sorry, I keep saying that, a Luigi's Mansion movie. Firstly, I think it is important they based it off of the first game. Just simply because what they're doing right now with, like, you know, the Super Mario Brothers movie, they're basing it a lot on nostalgia, and I do think representing the oldest game in the series just kind of makes sense based on what they're doing. I mean, Donkey Kong, they're really not even referencing Donkey Kong Country that much. It's all just like the arcade game, you know, with the red girders that you're on, you know, in the Donkey Kong Kingdom. Obviously, there are some Donkey Kong references with Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong and all that, but nevertheless, you know, I think it's very important that they base it on the roots in which the series began. And just obviously, it is a bias, obviously, because of the fact that I like the original Luigi's Mansion more than Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3. It has a more spookier element, there's more heart. Like, I feel like you could make a movie based on the first game. And of course, you could on the second and third game as well, but I feel like the first game fits better for a movie. Okay, let me explain. Mostly because a movie, now, I'm no, you know, movie buff, but every single movie you go and watch, there's an overall message, there's an overall thing you learn. Let's take the original Shrek movie, for instance, right? Shrek 1. The message is that someone may not be what they appear on the outside, it's about what's on the inside that counts, right? Because Shrek's an ogre, you learn that he can be actually lovable. You know, Fiona is a princess, but she has this curse that Shrek doesn't know about. Like, there's more than meets the eye. That's the message of that movie. And the first game's message, I guess, it wouldn't be a message, but the first game's thing is that Luigi overcame his fears to save his brother. That's it, that's the thing. The other two games have more of a sequel energy to them, right? I mean, the second game, Luigi and Egad already have an established relationship, then Egad pulls Luigi to save Evershade Valley. That's, you know, that's sequel energy. And then the third game is kind of the same as the first game, except without that Luigi courage thing, because it's the third game in the series. So I think basing it off the first movie is the most ideal, but also I don't think they should completely base it off the game. They should take some creative freedoms. They should, you know, have a little more wiggle room, do some more experimental things, because if they just do a movie based on the game, I know what to expect. You know, I'll go into the movie being like, okay, I know what's going to happen here. Luigi's going to walk into the conservatory, and he's going to bump into Melody, and, you know, it's going to be very predictable. They should definitely have some creative freedoms here. And that leads me to the voice cast. Now, obviously, Luigi and Toad, done. And I'm not gonna say what actors I want for each role, but I will say the ghosts. This is gonna be the weird fine line thing that I'm gonna struggle with, and I'm not gonna the biggest worry for me. This is the biggest worry for me, right? What are they gonna do with the ghosts? Are they gonna way wacky them out? Are they gonna make them too goofy? Are they going to actually make them a spooky enemy? Because I mean, looking at the dry bones in the Super Mario Brothers movie trailer, they actually look creepy, spooky, you know, intimidating. Like, yes, give me that energy. Give me that energy for the ghosts. The Toad energy. Now, the Toads in this movie don't look bad. They don't look like, you know, minions. They're not acting overly silly. They're cute, but they are that kind of template of a lot of a particular species that are just kind of goofy. And of course, it's Toad, so it makes sense in that regard. But I don't want that for the ghosts. I want the Dry Bones energy, not the Toad energy. And I do feel like that is going to be something that's a fine line, because Nintendo does have their hand in this cookie jar. They are contributing to this, and they are a heavy contributor in this. And I think that them getting it right is important, and I'm interested and scared to see what Nintendo does, because obviously, like, with what they've done with the series in Luigi's Mansion's Dark Moon and 3 with the ghosts, I don't know if, like, Nintendo is the reason the ghosts are goofy now, or if that's a Next Level Games decision. Like, I don't know. but I hope it stays out of the movie. That's my own personal opinion. Now, as for the voices, if there are human portrait ghosts, voice cast them. 100% voice cast them. Give them voices, let them talk, don't have them be silent, like, let them talk. Like, they're human ghosts, they're interacting with Luigi, yes. The common ghosts, I don't think should have a voice cast. I don't think they should have voices. I mean, they should have, like, noises they make, and, like, maybe even, like, things that resemble talking, but not quite. Something that Luigi can't understand. Something that is otherworldly and weird. Like, that's what the ghosts should do. Just like in the games, right? Just like in the games. And I get it that not everything translates well from game to screen. That's why I'm saying give the portrait ghosts voices. But I don't think the common ghosts should. I think they should still have the kind of weird, otherworldly, creepy voices that they've always had in the games. I think that should stay. And I do think the movie should be darker in tone. I'm not saying scary, but instead of rated G, maybe PG, you know? Where there's definitely some dark, spooky moments in this creepy, haunted mansion. The mansion's actually spooky. I mean, Illumination's animation skills, I'm sold on what they can do. I'm sold on the quality of their animations. I'm sold on how everything looks. I just don't, I mean, but then again, next level games, again, great animations. The games look beautiful. They look really, really good, but just not the right tone for what I'm looking for. And I want Illumination, and of course Nintendo, to capture that kind of spooky tone if there is a Luigi's Mansion movie. It shouldn't be a laugh fest. It shouldn't be a comedy. It shouldn't be. It should be a movie full of heart. It should be a movie where Luigi overcomes his fears. Because you do see Luigi's cowardice in the Super Mario Brothers movie, at least from what we see in the trailers. We do see that Luigi is not a coward, but like he's easily scared, right? We know that Luigi is a little bit of a scaredy cat, right? A movie devoted to him should be all about him overcoming his fears. That's like my big thing, right? It shouldn't be a laugh fest of Luigi being clumsy, being an idiot, being scared. It should be about him overcoming his fears to save his brother. And if this is a sequel, obviously, or like, you know, like a spin-off sequel thing to the Mario Brothers movie, Mario saved him. He should overcome his fears to save his brother, just like his brother saves him. Like, that should be his main motivation. Like, my brother could save me. I need to save my brother. I need to face my fears. That's what I want. And if they completely throw that aside for Luigi to be a bumbling idiot for the sake of comic relief, that will upset me. That will legitimately upset me. Because, like, what's the point then? If it's all just going to be comic relief funny, you do that in the Mario Brothers movie. You know, the movie that's all about, oh, Super Mario, you know, lighthearted, fun. That's where you leave that stuff to. Luigi's Mansion, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying it should be scary, but I'm saying it should be different. And that's where I think I'll leave it. So this video's almost 20 minutes long, so okay, it's a little longer, you know, it's long. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Luigi's Mansion movie, I'm really excited to see what could happen from this. I'm interested to see, because like Chris Pratt mentioned this when he was talking about the post-credits scene, so I'm wondering if there's going to be a Luigi's Mansion nod in the post-credits scene. I really hope so. I really hope that there is, because, I mean, of course, Luigi's Mansion references, I love them. I eat them all day like chocolate cake, except I don't like chocolate cake, but regardless, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a fun one to kind of think of and do. I really hope there's a Luigi's Mansion movie, and I'm guessing you all want one as well. If you like Luigi's Mansion, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm kind of a Luigi's Mansion guy, so go for it. My last video was a video talking about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for its 10th anniversary. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check out the video. I think the card will be like right here. Check it out. It's a really, really fun one to do, especially about how my thoughts have changed on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon over the years. It's a really interesting video to do. And of course there's like skits and stuff in it too, because it's the ZakPak show. So go and enjoy it, go and watch it. And other than that, I think that's all I really got to plug at the moment. Sorry, content has been a bit slow. For those of you who have been following my Twitter, I've been focusing a lot on my mental health. So video production is obviously a little slower. Plus, the ZakPak show takes me ages to make, so, you know, that takes up a lot of time as well. So hopefully you guys don't mind the lack of content, kind of. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of when I upload videos. Check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you all in the next video.